Hi, I'm Falk, and in this lesson we're going to talk about opening and closing the hi-hats within your drum beats. Now, if you just have any stock beat or any of your favorite drum beats, you can always kind of add something to them dynamically or spice them up just by simply opening up the hi-hats and then closing it again. So I first want to talk about how these grooves are notated. Now, you'll notice on the open hi-hat stroke, there's a little O above it, okay? And then on the following note, usually there's a plus sign. And that's going to tell you that on that note, the hi-hat should again be closed. You'll notice in some of the intermediate exercises, when you get there, they're open for almost 2/16 notes. So you actually play the hi-hat for 2/16 notes when it's open. So just because you open it on a certain note doesn't mean you always close it on the exact following note. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that before we get into it, to just look at the sheet music, take note of exactly when the hi-hat is opening and then exactly when it's supposed to be closed. All right, so the plus sign means when you hit that hi-hat stroke, it's supposed to be closed again. Simple as that. Before we get into exercises, I'm just going to play on the hi-hat and I'm just going to practice opening it in random places. And that's kind of what you want to do first. Practice opening it for 1/8 note. And then practice opening it for 2/8 notes and stuff like that. Just on the hi-hat. Don't worry about any of the pieces yet. All right, so when I do the open stroke, generally I will accent, okay? And I accent by using the shoulder of the stick on the edge of the hi-hat. You can also consider, hitting the bell on the open. You can consider just hitting the top. It all depends on what sound you're looking for. How much of an accent are you looking for? And so it's totally up to you what you want to do based on the style of music you're playing and what actually fits with what you're playing. With that said, let's jump into the first exercise. We basically have an open hi-hat stroke on the and of 4, and then again, it's closed on count 1. The next exercise basically has the hi-hat open on the and, okay? Every and, so it's kind of like a disco groove. I don't know if you guys listen to ABBA or not, but there's a lot of ABBA songs that use this groove. Okay, and we just got 4 on the floor with the kick, beats 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 4 on the snare, and then the right hand is just gonna play 8th notes, and I'll probably be accenting the ands more. So I'll have the hi-hat on the tip, on the beat 1, the shoulder on the and. Tip, beat 1, or beat 2, shoulder on the and. Tip, beat 3, shoulder on the and. Tip, beat 4, shoulder on the and. Okay, so it might be opposite from what you're used to, or it might be the way you play. Some people play shoulder on the downbeats, on beats 1, and then tip on the and. And if that's the sound you want for these, you're welcome to do that. Me personally, I just like a chunkier and a thicker open hi-hat when I play these sorts of exercises. So let's jump into this one. All right, so sometimes when I'm playing that groove, I'll actually just remove the notes on the downbeat. So on beat 1, 2, 3, 4, just remove them, and I'll just play the offbeats, especially if I'm looking for something like really heavy. If you guys listen to any of like the kind of Brit rock, the Franz Ferdinand and stuff like that, there's a lot of that in there. The next exercise is basically just kind of break up the opens a little bit more, okay? And like I said in the first exercise, it's not something you necessarily want to play every single bar in a song unless it fits. But I'm going to demonstrate it that way for you. But then when you're practicing it, I kind of recommend that you just play the groove and then throw this in as kind of a small little fill, a pickup fill to the following phrase or something like that. So let me demonstrate this one for you slowly. So those are some beginner exercises to help you develop this dynamic change within your different grooves. Remember, these are just my examples. They're just 3 examples. You can literally apply this within, thousands, millions, all of your different beats. You can even apply it in lots of different fills. It's just designed to get your hi-hat foot getting used to going open and close, and especially with on certain counts as they're written on the sheet music. So I hope you understand that. I hope to see you guys in the intermediate lesson where we talk more about opening and closing the hi-hat within your grooves. I'll see you guys there.